Hello students, this is Dr. Jacob, your Python lecturer, Dr. Mrs. Jacinta Chioma Ojukwu from Computer Science Department, Uto. In today's class, we are going to look at variables, expressions, and statements. And we describe in a Python book, the chapter 1 describe how you install the tools you need. And as I've told you that it's better we use Jupyter Notebook so that it can enable us to run our codes cell by cell. Variables, you all know what variable is from your basic knowledge of programming. Memory locations that changes during program execution. And there are rules, variable rules. The basic variable use rules indicate that your variable name must be either letter or alphanumeric, what we call alphanumeric, a combination of letters and the numbers. For instance, if you want to assign a name of a person to a variable, you can just simply say variable is equal to Dr. Jacob. This automatically assign it as string. As we say that Python does not require you to declare variable type before you can use it. So any value you assign to your variable, that variable is automatically that type. So the value is what the element you assign to your variable. So expression is a combination of variables, with operator. If you have something like this, a plus a plus b, this is regarded as an expression. So when you a statement, there are different statements in Python. We have assignment statements, we have print statement, input statements, and more that we are going to review as we move on. So when you assign, maybe you say C equal to A plus B, this type of statement in Python is known as assignment statements. You can use Python type function in Python to find out the type of the data type of a particular variable. As we see here now, we assign hello world to value. You can have this value equal to hello world. If you print this, it's going to print hello world. This is your first ever Python program, hello world. So, but if you want to know the data type, if you want to know the data type of this value you assign to your variable, the information in the right side is a value, while the one at the left side, the information at the right side is regarded as value, and you assign this value to a variable at the left side. So if you want to know the type of, if you want to know the type of variable that you assign to, the type of value that you assign to your variable, you can use the type function. When you print it, it will show you that the type of the data type of your variable is a string. So here we assign 7 to value. This is a variable. You can decide to call it any other thing. So you give your variable the name that is similar to what you are doing, insofar as is in line with the rule. There's what we call rule in programming. Rule must be enforced. If you don't follow the rule, like in variable, you must start a variable uh, with an alphabetic or letter, but whereby you can also follow it with a number to make it alphanumeric. But you mustn't start a variable name with a number. If you do that, it's going to show you an error. For instance, you can see these different variables. These variables are correct. If you see, if you print, it prints the same value. But if you start the variable with a number, it's going to show you an error, as you can see here. So you don't start a variable with a number, and you don't combine two compound name with a space. A white space is not needed in a variable name. So if you have a variable, maybe you want to call this var1, you put this white space. So when you want to execute this, var1 is going to definitely show you an error, because there shouldn't be a white space. So if you want alphanumeric, what you need to do is maybe you combine it with underscore. Combine it, the name with underscore. Underscore is the only special character that is allowed in variable name. So when you now print this, you see that it printed. Or possibly you just call it var1. Just call it var1. If you run this code, it's also going to run. And in variable name, you don't use keywords. Keywords, or what we call reserved words in programming, are special words that is a special words or words that are reserved for that particular programming language. For example, ARM is a logical operator, Python. House is used to create an alias. Assert for is used for debugging. Break is used in loop to break out of a loop. Class is used to define a class. Continue is used to continue to the next iteration of a loop. We're going to see the examples in looping. You see looping in chapter 4 of your book. Chapter 4 of your book. We treated looping in chapter 4 of your book. So diff is a reserved word for defining a function in Python. Delete is also a reserved word for deleting an object. Else if, in other programming language, else if is spelled completely. Else is a conditional is for conditional state execution. Else and else if statement are conditional statements. So we use it for conditional statement. If this does not happen, this should happen. So this is how it is used in other programming language. But in in Python, it's called S if, L if. So that's the way you spell it. S is also a reserved word. Except, try except is used in a session. Is then in if you try write a statement, this except we tell you what to do when an exception occur. Exception is an error in programming. Then false is a Boolean value. So these are the reserved words that you don't need to use for your for giving your variable a name or as a variable name. You don't use it. So for instance, do not use Python keyword as variable name, otherwise the result will syntax error. So for instance, here now, class is used for declaring a class, Python OOP. So if you assign Jaco Hub to this class and try to print, see what it's telling you. Syntax error, invalid syntax, because it's a reserved word. So you have to note this. You do not, your variable name must be correct. You must obey the rules of variable in Python, else you will get an error. So let's continue in a variable. So you assign this 7 to value and data type. Remember our topic, variables, expressions, and statements. So this is an assignment statement. This is a variable, this is a value, this 7 is a value, is a variable. So we are trying to find out the data type of each of these. See, this one is showing you an int, right? So we have 5 assigned to S, name, Jaco assigned to name, print S, print name to give you 5 and Jaco. So these are the rules of variable. A variable name must start with a letter or the underscore, as we have explained earlier. A variable name cannot start with number. A variable name can only contain alphanumeric character and underscore, as we have demonstrated. Variable names are also case sensitive, meaning that age as lowercase and age starting with a sentence case and age or uppercase are different variables. They are different variables. Okay, so they are different variables. So we are going to demonstrate it in this cell. You can see here now that this one demonstrated the different variable rules. Any of these is correct. If you run it, it will give you results. We have also explained this. So in Python, statement in Python is an instruction that the Python interpreter can execute. So we look at the four basic type of statement in Python: print statement, assignment statement, conditional statement, looping statement. We have demonstrated assignment statements. We have also demonstrated print statement. So here we are assigning hello Jacob to S and we are printing the S. So this is an assignment statement. This is a print statement which printed. So let's look at these two statements. Uh, two assignment statements can be written in one line in Python, but you have to separate each assignment with a semicolon. For instance, we assign 50 to L, assign 30 to B, but you can also write it as a separate line as normal assignment. But many multiple assignment statement can be in one line. Python accept it, but you have to separate each of the assignment with a semicolon. So this is a print statement that print the area of rectangle L times B. When you run it, it give you the results of 50 multiplied by 30. So these are demonstrated assignment statement and also print statements. So you may wish, you can see that we computed the area of a rectangle inside a print statement. It's allowed. This is a place, this is a label, area of a rectangle. It means that it has to give you a label. If you remove it, and just say L times B and run it, it just give you the results. It's not going to show you a description of what the result is for. So why we want to describe it, you put it in a put. What is put in a put, we printed that way. So this is a simple explanation of uh, variables, expressions, and statements. We will continue more complex example in the next lecture, the next lesson. Just want to make this one brief.